Hello, my fellow photographers, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are talking all about style shoots across America. If you have ever wondered what this event is and whether it's worth your time, then this video is going to help you try to answer that. This is the video I would have easily wanted before going to my first event. So let me go ahead and start off by telling you exactly what this event is. So if you want to build your portfolio, this is what a SSAA event is all about. There's actually a Facebook group that I will link down below. 2 days actually away from the time that this video is being released, SSAA is going to release a ton of tickets across the states. So Louisiana, Missouri, I saw one in Florida too. So this is going to be hopefully very helpful for you in deciding whether or not you are going to attend one of those. Now, this Facebook group is run by Heather and Alexia, who are incredibly nice people. I met them at the shoot for Bakersfield, California. Super nice, loved talking to them. And then in terms of what it actually is, it's a styled shoot. It's just a very, very extravagant styled shoot. So usually they'll take place at really nice venues that are very hard for like individual photographers to coordinate. As photographers or videographers, there are different stations that you rotate through in groups. And then you also work with different groups of models. There are flat lays. Last time there were cars and a full on like 10-acre lake in the backyard, and it was pretty insane. Bottom line, if you're looking to build your portfolio as a wedding photographer, especially one that specializes in like upscaled, luxurious estates or venues, then this is going to be an incredible resource for that. I think you get so much for what you pay for because our last shoot in Bakersfield was only $250. That's not much compared to all the other shoots that I've been to, like $450, $550. So for $250, and you get a chance to, take photographs at a luxurious estate with different models and cars, a lake, all that stuff, I think you get so much value for what you pay for. So in summary, Style Shoots Across America is a portfolio builder. You get a lot for what you pay for. Now, how exactly does a day work? Let me go ahead and run you through the last day. I've only attended one of these events, but I really want to attend a lot more, especially this year after going to the first one. But after my first one, I want to show you what it was like going through the first day. In the Bakersfield shoot, we first split up into groups of 4 photographers. There were a total of 20, so we had 5 groups of 4. From there, Heather gives a quick brief about how the day is going to go, how the scheduling is like, and then we go straight into the shoot. So we worked with 2 models at first, and then we switched off on over to the backside of the lake, which is where we got some time to do the cake, champagne by the poolside. We got to see the tablescape. Our stations were about 20 to 30 minutes each, which is pretty short. And then we moved on to the third station, which was with our solo bride along with another vintage car. And then we moved on over to the fourth station, which for us was a second couple at the front of the venue. And the last station for us was the flat lay, which was not set up for us ahead of time. But for me, I honestly don't mind that at all. I like setting up my own flat lays anyway. But in case you are worried about organizing your own flat lay, just know that you're probably going to have to set up your own. And then after our 5th station, we then had 2 more stations, which was kind of like a free-for-all. So then we went to the lake with all of the couples, all the models, and then we just had a pretty wild shoot there until Heather kind of organized everyone to shoot in 2s, which I thought was perfect. So 2 people shoot for 5 minutes, and then move on to the next set 2, and then the next set of 2. And then we had like 45 minutes in total for the free-for-all. So that's pretty much how the day went. Now that was my experience. If you have been to one of these events before, let me know down in the comments below what your experience was like, because I am very, very curious to know how yours went too. So with that, I have told you exactly what SSAA is, told you also, or showed you actually, what it was like to go through the day of the actual shoot. And lastly, I want to wrap up with just some final notes that you should know prior to booking your ticket. Let's talk about the ticket first. It is pretty difficult to get your ticket. I actually didn't get a ticket at all to the Bakersfield event. It was sold out within like a few minutes. Not even a few minutes, like it was almost instantaneous. It was like a minute and it sold out, and I didn't get one at first. However, a good point to know as well is that a lot of people, usually towards like the last couple weeks, have things going on and they kind of end up selling their tickets instead. So definitely wait for it and don't give up all your hopes yet, because there is likely going to be, for every event I've seen so far, there's always like a few photographers that sell their tickets last minute. So yes, you don't want to bank on that, but know that hope is still there. It's still alive. So if you do plan on booking or attending one of these, definitely be on your computer ASAP, and you want to make sure that you have all of your information filled in, and just book it as soon as you can if you really want to commit to this and go, because they will sell out like hotcakes. Secondly, there are 2 things that I didn't like as well, or at least things that I figured could use some kind of improvement in the future. First one is with the flat lays. I don't mind it not being set up for you, but by the time the last station reaches it, it's going to be incredibly messy. I don't think they can mitigate this in any way, because with every other shoot that I've been to outside of SSAA, it's always been like that anyway. So I just feel like it's a common thing for flat lays to be all over the place, especially by the last station. So if you are going to be the last for flat lays, know that you're going to have a hard time finding things because they're everywhere. All the photographers before you are just going to. So if you think about it, if they were pre-created for you, then there would be 20 other photographers having the exact same photo. So I think that's why it's also better to have a station with them organized to create your own. It just becomes incredibly messy by the time it reaches you, especially if you're going last. Again, this is also out of the event's control too. But if you're a photographer going to one of these, know that we are all paying the same exact amount to be there alongside you to take these photos. So there's no need to rush to take cameras and bang each other's heads with it. Someone actually did that to me in the last event. It was like super annoying. Like, you don't need to push each other to get photos, people. Like, we're all in this together. Like, we're a team. We're literally a team. Like, there's no need to compete at all for these things. So if you're a photographer, just be kind to each other and know that we're all in it together. Oh, one last thing too. There is a difference between a style shoot versus a shoot crawl. I haven't been to one of those shoot crawls, but I did hear they were more intense. I definitely want to go to one of those. But for these style shoots, you still should know which poses or which compositions that you have in mind already, because those stations, they go fast. And if you think about it, you have maybe 5 to 7 minutes of posing time total if you are sharing it with 4 of the photographers for 20 to 30 minutes. So make sure that you know exactly what you want to do prior to going to one of these events. So with that said, I hope you found this video helpful about style shoots across America. Overall, it was one of the best style shoots that I've ever been to. It's super fun, a little stressful, but you know, it is what it is when you work with that many people. And yeah, I'm just very excited to go to more. And hopefully I get to see a lot of you there too. So if you found this video helpful, let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe for more videos just like these, just with anything related to photography in general. And I will see you all in the next video.